The next is reported that Hailey Van Lith will transfer to TCU. When we last left this saga, I thought she would be going to Mississippi State for sure, but it turns out that will not be the case. In this video, we are going to take a look at why she chose TCU over Mississippi State and if this is a good choice or not. All right, if you enjoy the content, then please give the video a like and please consider subscribing to the channel. We're trying to get to 10K. Let's get into this. So in the last Hailey Van Lith video, I thought for all the money that she would be going to Mississippi State to reunite with her former assistant coach, Sam Purcell. In addition, her 3-on-3 women's basketball buddy from Team USA, Leilani Kapnis, would be joining her as well to be a Mississippi State Bulldog. Now, one of the reasons I thought this was one of the quotes she gave regarding Sam Purcell after he left Louisville, saying, "Yeah, he's my man. Everyone on the team knows that's my coach, and we're really close, and we have a great relationship. He treats me like family. He puts up with me when I want to work out all the time, rebounds for me, and all of that. I'm going to miss him a lot, but it's his time. He worked really hard for this, and he deserves this opportunity. I'll clap for him, and I'll keep up, and we'll keep our relationship, but it's his time to take the next step." Now, when I saw that, I thought it was done for all money. Especially after her LSU experience, I thought she was very keen to go with a coach that she would have been comfortable with and knew that they would sort of put her in a system to allow her to flourish. So why in the end did she choose TCU? Well, there are two possibilities here. I'll leave it up to you to decide. So the first one was TCU was simply a better fit for what she wanted to do, which was rebuild her reputation, but as well win basketball games and get back into the tournament and show out in the tournament. And it seems like TCU might have the best chance to do this as they have a made-ready lineup. In addition, she is comfortable with their second-year coach, Mark Campbell, as he recruited her previously out of high school when he was the assistant coach at Oregon. Now, Campbell is pretty good at selling players on a vision and talking them into going to the school that he is at, as previously he was able to land Sabrina Ionescu and Satu Sabally whilst at Oregon. His first year at TCU was a success as they went 21-12, which was a 13-game improvement over the previous season. Now, you might recall TCU had a horrid run of injuries, which included Sedana Prince breaking her finger, and she was out for the middle part of the season before returning late. In addition, they lost so many players they had to hold open tryouts. They forfeited 2 games, but he held the thing together, and by all appearances, he seems like he's a good coach. And last year, TCU played a bit of an analytical game, which was basically taking a lot of threes and making a lot of threes to compete. TCU was 18th in the nation, taking 852 three-point attempts as well. They made 36% of them. That was 14th in the nation in percentage. In terms of their roster, Hailey Van Lith will essentially be replacing Jaden Owens, who went for 7.9 points, 6.8 assists, shot 37% from the floor and 25% from the three-point line. Now, based on last year's numbers that Hailey Van Lith put up at LSU, it's not that much of an improvement. So Van Lith went for 11 points, 3.6 assists, shot a little bit, well, they both shot 37% from the floor, and she was a little bit better from the three-point line at 33%. And their turnovers were essentially equal, with Jaden Owens having 2.5 per game and Hailey Van Lith 2.6. The way that TCU played last year, and I assume they'll play this year again, is basically they have 4 smalls surrounded by Sedana Prince, who is 6'7", and she was their highest point scorer at 19 points. But as well, they had Madison Connor, who is 5'11". She averaged 19.2 points per game, shooting 38% from the floor and 38% from the three-point line. But the other 2 starters can shoot as well. So Yana Janovic, she averaged 7.1 points per game, 3 assists, and shot 46% from the floor and 40% from the three-point line. As well, Agnes Emma Nopu, the transfer from Stanford, she averaged 10 points on 49% shooting from the floor and 36% from the three-point line. When I was watching her games, she was sort of the one that would get to the basket the most. and most athletic by far. But essentially, their game plan next season will be Prince will stay healthy. She's our big 6'7" center. She will crush you inside. If you double, then we will crush you from the three-point line because all our shooters can shoot, basically. So the attraction to TCU for Hailey Van Lith is obvious. She will be able to handle the ball, bring it up, work on her point guard skills, but as well, she will have the freedom to take shots and won't be on the, we have to make Angel Reese feed first and then Morrow and then keep everybody happy. In this one, it's if you're open, you're going to launch the shot essentially, which seems to fit her game, a free-flowing style where it's not, I have to force it into the post every time. If it's open, we'll give it, but if you have an open three, you're supposed to take it. Now, TCU is also supposed to have Hailey Cavender, but she just announced a day ago that she's going back to the University of Miami. It doesn't seem to be anything related with Hailey Van Lith going to TCU. It's more that her sister's also going to play at the University of Miami, so she wanted to return and play with her sister at Miami. Now, if you are a Hailey Van Lith supporter, you would say this is an obvious choice. It's a better fit for her. The lineup and roster seems much clearer as well. All of those players are senior players, so there's good experience there and a nice team to be with on your final season. As well, they're all transfer players, so you think they would be bonding quickly, and they're all sort of sharing the same experience. Now, if you are a hater, the real reason in your mind that Hailey Van Lith has chosen TCU over Mississippi State as she is running as fast as she can from the SEC. And trust me, I've seen this in a number of my comments that Hailey is trying to get away from the physical play of the SEC, and she could not handle it. And if she went there, she was sure to get beat up by the competition, and Mississippi State was not going to be finishing high in the SEC standings when you have South Carolina, Texas, LSU, Oklahoma, and Auburn. Now, I understand that argument, and I tend to agree with it a little bit that it was probably best for her to get out of the SEC, but the other part of me says, hey, if you're trying to prove your worth to the WNBA, there would have been nothing better to go to Mississippi State and prove that you play in the SEC with that level of competition, that it was the LSU offense that stifled you. However, there's no doubt that this would have been risky as it could have gone really bad, as the SEC is so tough and it can unravel quickly. In addition, it would have been uncomfortable going back to LSU. I imagine Mulkey would have settled the crowd and sort of talked before that we're grateful for Hailey and all of that, but it still would have been not real fun to return to the PMAC, no doubt. That would have brought back bad memories, I imagine. And obviously, we don't know what other factors went into her choosing TCU over Mississippi State. Maybe she just wanted to have fun her last year in a team that she felt more comfortable with, versus being focused on proving her worth to the WNBA. I say whatever makes her happy. Hopefully she has a good year next year and is happy playing basketball, as she took a lot of incoming at LSU. Anyway, thanks a lot. Your comments, your poison are welcome. Have a good night.